another movie review. So this one, actually, I thought I reviewed, like, a few years ago. Apparently, I must have just, like, mentioned it in a favorites video or something, I don't know, but apparently I went through this channel. I never reviewed it. I thought I did. So we're gonna do it today. So that movie is Adam Sandler's 8 Crazy Nights, which, I know. I am generally not a fan of Adam Sandler. In fact, you could even go so far as to say that he generally drives me fucking crazy. Typically, anytime I've seen one of his movies, I have a new contender for the worst thing I've ever seen in my life. But apparently that goes out the window with this one exception. One exception to the rule that I actually like of his. I suppose we've all got to have one. But the weird thing, I mean, he appeared on the Smartless podcast, the one with Will Arnett and Jason Bateman. I did not mind listening to him on there. Actually, I felt kind of bad that apparently that's his actual voice. I legit thought he was just, like, doing a bit. I thought that was, like, a character voice he does to sound stupid. I didn't realize that's his actual voice. Now I feel kind of bad. I almost feel like I have a little bit of empathy for the guy, knowing that's just how he talks. Regardless, this one movie is an exception to all of the rules, and I do like it. Now, before you go making any assumptions from my last name and from this schnoz, I am not Jewish. Contrary to popular belief, I am not, nor have I ever been Jewish. Not that there is anything wrong with that. A lot of my best friends are, in fact, Jewish, but I personally am not. So, it's always odd to me watching the few and far between movies out there that deal with Hanukkah, but it's almost like I'm fascinated because it's not something that I celebrate, so it's just like, ooh, it's different and mysterious. Let's see the thing, because I don't really understand it. But anyway, I swear, every time I have watched this movie, you would think that the shock value would wear off with each viewing. No, I feel like every time I've watched it, it somehow finds a way to become more offensive with time than less. Which, how the hell it does that? I don't know. It goes against all common logic that way. It just baffles my mind. But I live for shock comedy. I love offensive humor, so that's right up my alley. For some people, I am sure this is like the Adam Sandler film they can't stand because of that. But for me, I love it because of that. So, regardless. So, basically, I get the feeling that Adam Sandler set out to make an anti-holiday holiday film. Because that is what this is, if you ask me. He does, like, all the main characters' voices in it. Like, he's Davy Stone, he's Whitey, he's Eleanor, he's, I think, the deer. I think there's probably more, too, but yeah. He's, like, almost all of the main characters. So, just right off the bat, that was mind-blowing, finding out that was all him, but on future viewings, where I've gone back and rewatched it, it's like, oh yeah, I guess I do hear it! Oh, that's so weird. That's so weird. Regardless, basically, the main character that suspiciously looks exactly like Adam Sandler in this animated film. Oh, by the way, did I mention it's animated? It's animated. He's like the biggest douchebag ever. Hates all of the holidays, not just Christmas, not just Hanukkah. He hates all of them. He hates happy people. He hates pretty much everything. Because he has a tragic backstory, because they all have a tragic backstory, because don't they all? Yes, they do. And he's been in and out of juvies, been in and out of jail, because, his parents died when he was 12, and his life has had no direction or purpose ever since, apparently, and he's never gotten over it, and he's just become a more and more terrible person with every passing year ever since. And, like, there's only one person on this planet that still believes in him, that he could, if he wanted to, turn his life around and make something of himself, and that would be Whitey, this little old elderly midgety guy that was the captain of the basketball team back when he played, was even before he was born. Like, he has been the long-standing basketball coach of this town for decades, even though the entire town treats him like shit. But he doesn't care. He does his job with a smile on his face. He loves everybody. It is what he is. Which is basically the opposite of Davy. So, rather than being sent to prison for his latest faux pas, Whitey's like, I can turn him around, just don't send him to jail. Give me one more chance with him. I can fix him. And they tell him that, okay, he screws up one more time, it's to the slammer for good for him. But we all know how this will go. He can't just be good. He has to push the limits. He has to be a dick because it's what he is and what he does. And he has to be a dick to Eleanor, Whitey's sister, the whole time. He has to be a dick to the girl he liked when they were growing up. He has to be a dick to literally everybody. Literally everybody. All Whitey wants in life is to be recognized at, like, the yearly town gala where they, like, give out some award, some prestigious award for, like, I forget offhand, basically, like, Citizen of the Year, essentially. All he wants is recognition. That's all he wants. And he truly believes he will get it, even though everyone else is like, buddy, you don't stand a chance. Even though he frankly should. But, yeah, that's, like, a whole thing. And Davy just makes fun of him mercilessly, nonstop, through the whole thing. Shit happens. Whitey does not get it. Davy continues to be a fuck-up. But, in, like, his last moments in the free world, before he is about to be arrested, because he fucked up again. Yes, I am leaving out huge chunks of the story. I'm really bad at giving synopses of films, and yet I review them anyway. You should watch it if you want the full story, okay? Just saying. He insists that he be allowed to speak at this thing, because he wants to stand up for Whitey and demand that they give him recognition that he deserves. It's like the only noble thing he's done in his entire life. And it actually ends up working out his way, in his favor. And somehow, someway, they decide to spare him from going to prison, and da-da-da-da-da. It ends up having a happy ending, even though literally this entire film makes it seem like this is basically gonna be a South Park-esque thing, but it does end up being okay in the end, all around. But yeah, the whole thing is literally like an anti-holiday movie, and it is the weirdest thing to watch because of it, because I'm like, I'm not sure I've ever seen one of those other than this one. I'm sure some exist, but have I found them? No. I mean, even Santa Jaws, I wouldn't call it an anti-holiday movie. That was more just like mock horror holiday movie. Or maybe they were trying to be serious, but it was so stupid that I took it as mock horror. Regardless, I wouldn't even call that one an anti-holiday movie. This is like the only one that I would. And yet, bizarrely, with my fucked up sense of humor, I like it. I like it. Even though I love the holidays, I also love this movie, not gonna lie. So, I don't know. I think if you like offensive, raunchy humor, you'll probably dig it. Like, I would say, if you're a fan of shows like South Park, Family Guy, anything like that, Robot Chicken, if those are up your alley, you'd like this movie. If you are offended by those, stay away from this movie because it'll only piss you off. But yeah, if I were to give this movie a rating, I want to say I'd give it a 4 out of 5. The only reason I'm not giving it a 5 out of 5 is there's, like, so many things where I'm like, you could have gone here with this, and you didn't. So many missed opportunities that you could have gone with. I get that there's time constraints. You could have made it a longer movie, frankly, but it's okay. It's okay. It doesn't dock that much away from my rating of it, but ultimately, I enjoy it, and I watch it every year. Usually on the first day of Hanukkah, even though, again, I am not Jewish. Although, I did get to try latkes, or however you say it, for the first time this year, because my sister randomly decided to make them in solidarity with Jewish friends, and let me try one, and actually it was surprisingly good. I see why the Jewish people like them, that they're actually delicious. Regardless, yeah, so that's why I do the first day of Hanukkah this year. Because I am not Jewish, but I will support them in a weird way by watching stuff like that. Anyway. Yeah, this is my review. It is the suckiest review for this film ever, probably, but there you go. I enjoy it. And if you are wondering, yes, Adam Sandler's Hanukkah song is in it. Because I'm sure you were all wondering it. First time I watched it, I was waiting for it the whole damn thing. And when it reached the end, I was like, they didn't do it? Are you fucking serious? Then it plays over the credits. I'm like, ah! There it is. Okay. Okay. I see you. But yeah, and yes, it is in there, just over the credits. But, okay. Anyways, that's it for this one. So as usual, you guys know what to do. If you like this video, go ahead and give it a like. If you're not already and you'd like to be, click subscribe, hit that notification bell icon so you never miss an upload, leave comments down below, make sure you're following my social media accounts, my Facebook fan page, my Twitter, my Instagram, everything and more. It's all down below. If you like what I do here on this channel and you'd like to help support it, the donation link, as always, is down in the description. Anyway, guys, till next time, bye-bye.